So, you have just bought a Raspberry Pi and you don't know what to do with it? Well, on this video I'm going to show you how to get started and install Raspberry Pi OS. First, the hardware that we're going to need. Access to another PC, so you can download all the programs that we need and the operating system, a keyboard, a mouse, a screen that it doesn't really need to be a computer monitor, but also can be a TV. As long as it has an HDMI connection, you are set to go. A microsd card to install and use your operating system, because the Raspberry Pi, it doesn't have any internal storage on it. A power supply for your Pi, and of course, the Raspberry Pi itself. For this video tutorial, I'm going to be using my Raspberry Pi 4, 8GB of RAM. If you want to learn more about it, check the unboxing and first inspection video that I have already made. For this guide, we're going to be installing the official Raspberry Pi OS because it's the most compatible one. And it's a great way to start if you want to learn more about this machine and Linux. We have to download the Raspberry Pi OS image file from the official website. Here we find two options. The normal file that we're going to be using on this tutorial and the noobs link. And even so that noobs or new out-of-the-box software is made to be more easily to install, I have found out that for me it's more simply and faster to use this method. But tell me in the comments if you guys are interested in our tutorial of how to install it using noobs. I will happily do one for you guys. Notice that you can also use a lot of different Linux OS, for example Ubuntu, or more specific ones like RetroPie for gaming emulation, but for this video we're going to stick to the official OS. Now that you have the image of your operating system downloaded, we have to find a way to flash it into an SD card. Well, I know that Etcher is a software that makes that possible, and it can also be downloaded for PC, Mac and Linux, giving you out a universal tool. Download it and install it on your PC. All the links will be on the description down below. On a small note, if you have already used your SD card in another Pi before, or in a Linux installation, it can be that you can see all the partitions of the drive in Windows, so you will have to clean it using this part. Now just launch Etcher, click the select image button and choose the file that you just downloaded. Choose your SD card as a target and click flash. But please be extra careful when selecting the target, as the process is going to completely erase whatever drive you choose. So please don't choose your Windows drive. When it's all said and done, insert the microSD card into your Raspberry Pi, connect all the cables, leaving the power for last, because the Raspberry Pi doesn't count with an on-off switch, so it will be on as long as you have it plugged in. Now, let's jump live into the Raspberry Pi to guide you guys during the starting setup. And if you guys are for the moment enjoying the content, don't forget to subscribe and activate notifications because this really helps the channel out. So everybody, we are here. When you start your Raspberry Pi, this is what you're going to see. Welcome to Raspberry Pi and desktop, and you're going to start making the starting setup. If you have already installed an operating system, this is going to look really similar to you. We click next. We select here the country and your language. We click next, setting up the location. Here you can put your new password for your Raspberry Pi if you want to choose one. And now this is going to start to look for the wireless network. You choose your network. I'm going to choose mine right here. You can skip all of this if you don't want to put your Wi-Fi right now if you are connected through the Ethernet cable. When you set up your password, click next. This can take a couple of minutes until this is done, so wait a little bit. And now this is going to look for updates. Click next. And when you're finished with your updates, you're going to see here, setup complete, to run applications, click the Raspberry Pi icon, that's like the Windows, that is like the Windows icon, and you can restart now your computer or press later. I'm going to restart it right now. And that's it guys. Now you can start tinkering around with your Raspberry Pi. I have to look this mouse, so I don't know what it's like this. Here you can have the menu, you can make programming when you want to learn, making programming with this, education, some internet with the Chromium web browser. You can click here. And that's pretty much all you have to know to get started with the Raspberry Pi. Thanks for watching my friends. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. so you stay in tune in all the content that I'm going to upload into this channel. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you didn't like it, and like always, my friends, see you in the next time. Bye bye.